Hey everybody, this is Howard Fox, host of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, and I am here in Rhyolite. It is a ghost town here in southern Nevada still, close to central Nevada. Southern Nevada, it's a big state. And I am at the Goldwell Open Air Museum. I have the pleasure of introducing you to Steve Dudrow. Steve is from Nevada, and we're going to talk a little bit with Steve about some of his work and what brought him up to the museum today and to Beatty. And I have the pleasure of introducing you to Patrick Taylor. He is a resident of Beatty. He is on the board, and he's a volunteer here at the Goldwell Open Air Museum. So, gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for driving up, Howard.
Thanks for having us.
And you picked a great day. Now, we had hoped to put this outside and get a little bit of the background. I guess I'll have to take some photos of this. The Goldwell Open Air Museum is really a phenomenal museum. We're going to have backlinks in the show notes so we can share with you why it's so unique. But a little background, Beatty is about, I don't know, what would you say, Steve, about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of Las Vegas. A little less for you because you're in Mesquite.
I got to come all the way to Vegas.
Well, Troy, you got to go to Vegas.
About an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Faster.
it's a beautiful drive. You have to be paying attention because there's a lot of big semis, but it's just a beautiful place. It's very unique because just outside of Beatty, about 4 or 5 miles, is the Rhyolite ghost town, which is very well known, the turn of the last century. This vibrant community was here, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And remnants of the buildings are still here. And a lot of folks, artists like Steve, like Patrick, like Steve, come up here, take photos, do paintings, drawings. And folks like me come up here and do some dark sky photography using the relics of the buildings either in the foreground, and then hopefully, if you get it right, the Milky Way in the background. But just a phenomenal place. We're going to have backlinks to the museum, to Steve's website, and Patrick, your website. So Patrick was just showing us some of his work as well. Pretty phenomenal. But
Wow.
Steve,
Patrick's work, huh?
yeah. Patrick's work. Am I messing this one up?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just giving a wow.
You were just-
I've just
Thank
seen
you.
this today, too. This is my first time.
That's your first time?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. This is the beauty. We're not even going to edit this out. First off, I got to ask, you're holding some books there, my friend. What are you holding?
Okay, these are my 2 books that I've recently done, and they come from podcasting
Okay.
and being a photographer, a night sky photographer, and from being out in the Mojave Desert.
Excellent.
There's just a lot to see.
There is. And the desert is a wonderful place. Have you always had a passion for art? Because as I've gotten to know you really like a year ago when we met at Vicquame, there was a dark sky event. They had some presentations at Vicquame, which is one of the U.S.'s newest national monuments. We'll provide a backlink to it. But have you always been an artist, have had a passion for art?
No, but first let me say, that was a fun night when I met you down there.
That was fun.
So that was really good. We got to see a lot of dark sky. So, no, I haven't. And it's actually in my book. My first book, The Art of Noticing, is kind of musings of me over the last 5 or 10 years or so. So I didn't think about art at all. I was a photographer. Is a photographer an artist?
I think so.
Well, I didn't think so. And I started, one of my hiking friends told me, oh, you got to put your art in an exhibit. And I'm like, what? No, I'm not that's art. I don't do art. Well, she convinced me very strongly, and I put it in, and I didn't win. Okay. But from that point on,
But you
and
put it
then
in.
her and I would go on these hikes for Friends of Gold Butte, and we would talk about art, more curiosity than anything else. So that's kind of where this book comes from,
Okay.
is talking with her, and she talked me into being an artist. And then the podcast, as you well know, we learn as we podcast. We don't, maybe you did, but I didn't know anything when I started. So
I've got a question for you. Well, actually, it's asked Patrick here. Are podcasters journalists?
They'd have to be.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Journaling someone's story.
Thank you. All right.
He's just saying that because we outnumber him.
That's
Now,
true. That's true.
It's like a piece of art. You're leading someone's story so that someone can follow it and get in more of an understanding of their life.
Right.
Just like a piece of art. You're leading someone's eye into your vision.
I like that.
And that's kind of where my book goes, that we lead. But I think I was doing too much leading.
Okay.
Okay? If they were quiet for a second, I have no list of questions. I don't know how much you prepare, but I prepare. So if they stop, I'm there with another question. Well, that's not, and I talk about it in this book.
Okay.
Most of the time they have something else to say.
Right.
So with us just blabbering in and cutting in and asking them the next question, that may be way off from what you just talked about.
Right.
I think it doesn't lead to their story because they're holding their story.
And I love what you're sharing. My day job is I am a coach, and in coach training, we talk about holding space for our clients. And I think as podcasters, as artists, in our own way, we're holding space for the individual, for the subject, for the scenery, so that we can gather some insights, perhaps some meaning, and maybe ask a question because you're curious, not because we have to fill the space. And I think that was one of the first lessons I learned is as a coach, and I think in taking it into podcasting is just be silent, and wait for the guest, wait for the client. But if you have to, be curious.
Yes. I wouldn't have had to write this book had I talked with you before I started podcasting, because I like that, holding space.
Yeah.
A lot of times with my art, I want the image to speak for itself. I don't want to use a lot of words to explain it. If you have to, the image isn't doing what it's supposed to.
Okay.
So I like the image to speak for itself and have it tell the story.
Before we got started here, we were outside, just having a chat, and you shared a little bit about your background, which I'll leave it to you to share if you want. But has it always been a part of your life and the work that you have been doing?
But professionally, no. I was a Marine and a police officer.
Okay.
But I did do art as a kid. I drew, I made things. I was into Native American, making different things. But I only did it just for my own self. I got into a career, and it just became physical. What you do as a police officer and as a Marine, you're training. But I got hurt early. 1 year on the police department, our Marine unit got activated for Desert Storm. And we went to Camp Pendleton to train, and on the beach there, an instructor did a karate move, and he paddle dragged me onto my head, and my entire spine compressed.
Okay.
And I ended up having 13 spine surgeries from that injury.
Oh my God.
But being laid up in the hospital and at home so much, I started drawing for therapy. And from that, all this art has come into my life. And it's where I would tell veterans at the hospital where doors close, others can open up when we allow them to. Because for years, you get that bitterness of an injury. You feel like your life is ruined. What am I going to do now? How am I going to support my family? But then you start seeing things differently, and your talents start developing where they hadn't before, and your life can change. And that's what's happened in mine.
I love it.
Is this art has truly filled a place that was. You talk about these spaces. This art has filled that space in me where it was empty because I didn't know what I was going to do.
Okay.
And now I have this passion, and it's what I want to do. I want to create. And that's where I get therapy from, is being able to take this pain and put it into something else. Because when I'm focused on what I'm doing in front of me, I forget what's happening back here. So I put all of this into what I'm doing.
Excellent. How did you get into the art space? I mean, in Mesquite, you're part of the Mesquite Arts Council. You've got the STEM Center. And how did you enter that part of the journey?
It was when my friend talked to me on a hike and said to enter my photograph in an art contest. Yeah, because otherwise I was not. So she said that, and then from that on we talked. Curiosity is like the best word in the English language.
Right.
We all have that curiosity. I think that's really important, and that helps us. Art comes from curiosity.
Sure. What have you learned about yourself? And let's just stop with that. What have you learned about yourself as a result of stepping into this sandbox landscape and being able to explore and be curious? What have you learned?
First off, the people.
Okay.
Okay, you, Patrick, everybody I meet. I've had over 400 guests on my podcast. I just love talking to people. And while I still like photography, I've come to think that my art is talking to artists. So, and finding their stories and allowing them space to tell their stories.
Okay.
I like that.
For our listeners, what is the name of the podcast?
Oh, the Art Box.
The Art Box Podcast. And if listeners want to learn more about it and subscribe to it, where are they going to go?
They'll go to our website, which is theartboxpodcast.com.
Artboxpodcast.com. By the way, he's got great visuals for the podcast. I mean, I have a logo. Steve's is incredibly creative, but again, we're going to share that in our show notes for today. When you think about the interviews, some close to 500 interview, that's a lot of people. Most podcasts, I think there's a statistic out there, 75% of podcasts fail before you get to, say, like the 12th episode. Okay, so 500, I think that's commitment. I think I'm somewhere in that vicinity.
I was going to say, you and I we're beating the odds. Aren't we?
I think we are, because there's something about it that we enjoy. Is there, like right now, we're here in the desert, literally 8-10 miles to our west is an entrance to Death Valley National Park, which I've taken before. 4 miles down the road is Beatty. But the desert landscape is just wonderful. And it's just, there's something new around every corner. Is there something about the desert and just whether it's the shrubbery, the architecture, the ruins, is there something about it that really just kind of tugs at your heart?
Well, Howard, I'll go back to my time as artist in residence at Mystery Ranch, which is an Aviquame National Monument. Mm-hmm. And I'm a night sky photographer.
Yes.
So I don't want anything to do with the daytime.
Okay.
All right, because it's too darn hot out there.
Yes, it is.
But when I was at Mystery Ranch, there was no air conditioning. So I had to do something during the day. So when you look out, we're looking out over the Mojave now, what do we see? We see heat. So see it rising. But when you walk out there and you look underneath a bush, that's a little microclimate underneath there. When you pick up a rock, there's a microclimate. There's all kinds of things happening there. Mm-hmm. So there's millions. As we look out the window now, there's millions of little microclimates that are people. Bugs, and they're just as happy as can be.
They're going about just doing what they do.
Yeah.
Doing what they do.
So that's where and that became noticing. You've got to notice that.
Okay.
And we can look out there and just see what we see, but if we look deeper.
Which I love about the book, you just have to, the art of noticing. And it just, you have to stop.
Be present.
Be present.
You need to be present.
Be in the moment. Listen, breathe, smell, and observe.
All your senses.
All the senses.
That's what's being in when you're like that and you're in nature. That's naturally healing. And for myself, someone with injuries and pain, being out here has truly helped me to do more than I have my entire life.
Sure.
I'm doing more now than I have before.
How did you end up out here?
I was in Vegas. I wanted to get out of town, and I came to Beatty for a few days, and I started drawing. Mm-hmm. Went back to Vegas, came back, drew some more, and I'm like, something's inspiring you out here.
Yeah.
So I got rid of my apartment, bought a truck and RV, and I moved up here. And that's when I immediately got involved with the museum out here. Mm-hmm. I came out here with my dog, and I was beating some moccasins, and came in here, and there were 3 people. There was the founder of the Goldwell Open Air Museum. Susan Morgan. Richard Stevens, who was the volunteer out here, he's been in Beatty for 48 years. And the new president, Michelle Graves. And I started talking to them. I said, hey, I'm thinking about moving out here. Do you guys need any help? And at the time they did. And it was just something that was supposed to be. And it's turned into now being here for 2 years. But what I saw was all this color out here, the vividness out in this landscape, because it's so open. You can see, for myself, as an artist, I use Fibonacci in a lot of work, but I see that out there in the landscape. But it's this color that's so beautiful and vivid and bright. The night skies, man, when you get away from the light pollution, the stars are just amazing.
That was what I was just blown away
Yeah.
by the stars.
Beauty out here.
And on new moon, this literally is the place to be.
Yeah.
It's the place to be. Now, how involved are you in the Beatty community?
I got on their Beatty Chamber of
Chamber
Commerce.
of Commerce?
I'm also at the Beatty Museum. I'm on their board.
I've been wanting to visit there.
I volunteer on there on Mondays,
All right.
but I love the history. It's just all this history, and I'm kind of absorbing myself into that. And the people are amazing. When you're in these little communities, you got to watch out for one another.
Yeah.
And the people do. They take care of one another, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
I love it. I love it. So why are you out here today?
I'm out here to help them cut bottles. Is that what we're doing? We're cutting bottles.
Okay.
And there's
Bottle couch.
Yeah, there's a bottle couch, and you can see the bottle couch out there. But now they're going to expand it, like the old bottle couch. They used to be back there, replacing that. So we're going to cut bottles. I hope I'm not going to cut my hand off or anything, but I think Michelle and Zoe will take care of me for that.
Yeah.
They're professionals. Now, when I heard about the bottle house or the bottle couch, I knew there is a bottle house here.
Yes.
And when you said we're going to build a couch, I was thinking you're going to put a couch in the house, but it's for the museum. You have a lot of visitors coming in to this museum. Do you have a sense of they're coming to see Rhyolite, no doubt, but when they come in here, what do you think their aha moment is? Like, oh my God, look at this! I didn't expect this.
I would have to say that the energy that's here that has allowed all these artists from all over the world to come and create. And the people that come here sense and feel that. These people that create this in town in 7 years felt an energy here, and it caused them to move and to do something incredible in such a short amount of time. And again, you have artists with that same idea, that energy that caused them to create. And I think that's what people get out here is they feel something. And that's why you have to get out in nature. You got to feel it. You got to absorb it. And people get that. They'll be saying, oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, yeah, no.
I love it.
It's real. It's real.
Well, you've had visitors today that I've talked to.
England.
From UK and then
France.
from Paris.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What do you feel when you're out here?
Joy.
Joy.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, it's just peace. Yeah, it's just nice out here. And there's quiet.
And we're actually going to be helping to create art that is going to have a life out here.
Yeah, you know what? Thanks for reminding me of that. I was just thinking I was going to cut bottles, but you're right. It's going to be out here. After I'm gone, it's still going to be here. So I'll have something here.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that, Howard. I didn't even think about that.
It's my pleasure.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Well, your work, the work that you do, these podcasts and videos that you put out, do that also. When we're gone, those things will still be viewed and seen. And those stories will still be told. And we're trying to tell people's stories. We're trying to tell Albert's story and the other friends that he had that have come over. We're telling people's story through art, through word.
Through words. Yeah, love it. Patrick, if listeners would like to learn more about you and your art, are there any places you would direct them to go? Or is it right now just...
Right now, I don't have a website or anything. I'm out here. And
come out to the
come
museum.
come out to Goldwell and experience it. Be present, and that's where the energy is.
All right. By the way, when I was out here last, I don't recall seeing the Goldwell Open Air Museum T-shirts. Folks, they have merch here. And I do see they have double XL. I hope I fit double XL, but I'm going to have to try one out. But yeah, come on out here, have a conversation with Patrick, see some of his artwork. You want to quickly show something?
Sure. Let's see, the one I just finished. We'll show this one.
By the way,
This is a charcoal drawing I just finished yesterday.
I have been looking at that, by the way. I love the swirl.
Yeah.
And it's like what do you call
The medicine wheel.
the medicine wheel? And what's the walk out here called? I should know this. I have a friend that does they do the walks around the stones.
It's a meditation walk. They call it a labyrinth.
Labyrinth, that's it.
This
Thank you.
spirals into the
That's like
center.
me. I couldn't think of it either.
A real labyrinth has dead ends and stuff, but this spirals into the center. So it's more of a meditation walk to get grounded, get centered.
I've been looking at this as I've been sitting down and looking at the camera, looking at you guys. I keep looking at this. This is beautiful. by the
Thank
way.
you. Thank
Beautiful.
you. I see that. I use that Fibonacci in a lot of my work. Then the stars, but Albert's work, his sculptures have really gotten into my eyes, so I do draw them a lot.
Excellent.
This person trying to keep his work. I think as artists, we share our gifts and we get inspired by each other, and we just take it to different levels because we all see in different.
Yeah, we all see something
Yeah.
different.
See something very different. Yes. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Steve, we'll wait for Patrick to come on back. If listeners would like to learn more about you, listen to the podcast, check out your socials, check out the books, where are the best places to go?
TheArtboxPodcast.com.
.com, artboxpodcast.com. Again, folks, we're going to have links back in the show notes. Gentlemen, it's been great to have you on the podcast. And Steve, it's been a year in the making. You're
Yes,
here,
it has.
I'm here. We're making it happen. I get to make a new friend with
That's right.
Patrick. And really, folks, when you come to Vegas, plan to take a day, half a day at least. But come on up to Beatty. There's some great bars, some food, really good food here in town. There's a great historical museum, which Patrick was just mentioning. But then you have this beautiful ghost town, Rhyolite, which is just perfect for walking around. And you have this wonderful museum, the Goldwell Open Air Museum. You have to check it out. And again, some great people really celebrating the desert and life out here in Nevada. So, folks, we hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series. Patrick, Steve, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this episode will be up on our website, outdooradventureseries.com. The video, which we finally did the video, is going to be up on our YouTube channel, Outdoor Adventure Series. The episode will also be on LinkedIn and Facebook on our Outdoor Adventure Series pages. And if you're driving in a car, hiking down a trail, you can listen to this episode wherever you get your podcast from. So, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a fantastic day, celebrate, be present, be aware, and just enjoy the scenery. Okay, folks? Take care now.